To digest and unpack there. A reminder that we'll have time for more question and answer at 3:30. But before we get there, it's my pleasure to introduce the finance director for the Power Project Office, Nancy Jamison. Please pay attention. This is complicated stuff, and Nancy's going to walk us through it.
Thanks, Bill. We are a very flat organization. Not only do I serve as receptionist, as many of you know, I also serve as the finance director. I previously served as the CIO of a federal agency, so I come with a little bit more experience than being a receptionist. And I have managed large projects in the federal government, and I've taught project management. And that's why I am here today. This is to scare you. How many of you plan on submitting a proposal in the next 3 weeks? In 3 weeks. How many plan on submitting a proposal next year? Ah, good. Okay, so you may need that time. Some of those of you think you're ready in 3 weeks, you might be ready next year. Let me talk a little bit about what is required. As you know, this is going to be funded through federal funds. This is not atypical for those researchers who have received NSF awards. This is not a typical NSF research award where you get your funds, you go off in your ivory tower and you perform your research, and then at the end of 2 or 3 years, you submit your results to NSF. This is going to require lots of hands-on work, and the PPO is going to be in your business. Let me start by saying, for those of you who aren't aware, you will be required to adhere to the federal guidelines for fund management. That can be found in 2 CFR 200. I don't need to go through that. If you've received federal funds before, you know what the rules are. No first-class travel, no alcohol, procurements that you compete, and we will make sure that you are following the rules. We might even make sure that you have rules before you start. If you're a finalist and are awarded, we will make sure that you have rules in place so that you do follow federal guidelines. But I think the second most important component of this is the project management. This is not a typical research. You're going to be doing construction, building out, getting permits. We will be requesting at the full proposal stage that you prepare a project plan with obviously phased development for the period of funds that you're requesting. So if you're requesting, development funds for only 12 months, we're going to see a development plan for the first 12 months and operations and maintenance thereafter, or for however long you decide. Now is the time to think about who you're going to put on your team to help you manage this. Researchers may not have experience doing construction management, so we encourage you to think now about how you're going to do it. As we might recall, Mata mentioned the platform development plan. Your Gantt chart, your project plan, your budget, all needs to align with that platform development plan. It has to make sense. We are trying our best, as you've heard throughout the day, not to be prescriptive. We're not going to tell you how much you should put in development. We're not telling you how much to put in operations and maintenance. It has to make sense to you. Let me point out that you are also required in the full proposal stage to develop a sustainability plan. That sustainability plan has to carry you beyond the NSF funded period. So you need to think about that also. There is a lot to think about now. Now, some of these requirements will not be required in the preliminary plan, but now's the time to start thinking about it if you haven't. There is guidance for developing, doing construction management. NSF has a great guide. If you have somebody on your team who has project management certified, these are the same principles that they have applied to their large facilities manual. Again, it's not required. I recommend that whoever you put on the team to help you manage the construction of this project takes a look through it. It's pretty standard, but it will be a helpful guide to get you through the developing your project plan, developing your platform development plan, and putting your team together. I strongly encourage that you look for somebody who has that experience, and you may list them in your preliminary proposal if you have found somebody already. I think that is, the other thing, one point I want to make out is incremental funding. We will not be issuing awards and handing you $20 million or $15 million and walking away. It will be incrementally funded based on your project plan. If you put a milestone in there that you are going to achieve something and you don't achieve it, you don't get funded for the next phase. So we are, like I said, we are going to have a very hands-on approach to this. We want to see you succeed, and that is our role. We're going to help you succeed if you're funded, but we need to see a great plan, and hopefully this gives you the guidance to get there. I think that's it on my end. Let me introduce Brian and ask Brian to come up and talk to you about some of the measures of success for the program.
All right, guys, just to calm everybody back down, it's not as bad as she made it. Nancy is the police of the organization, if you haven't figured it out. So. Exactly. So now I'm going to count hands again, as you were saying. No, it won't be that bad. I think Nancy made a good point, though. The funds will be tracked. It's part of our organization's measurements for success as well. And we're here to take care of the NSF funds and the industry consortium's funds as well. We promised to them. We've guaranteed them that the PPO will help them manage the distribution of the contributions and the money. So it is important, and that is why she's here. Thanks, Nancy. So we're going to close out with this. From a presentation standpoint, as Bill said, we'll do the Q&A, and then any other types of one-to-one interaction you'd like to have. We could do that after the session as well. We're set up to enable the researchers. We're set up to make sure that the private sector and the companies and the local communities of the people that are going to propose and support the proposals are here to succeed. That you are our stakeholders. You will be the people that drive this to completion and help with the success. The things that we would like to ensure is sustainability throughout this program. Nancy said it very well. We really want these to survive. We want these things to live on. NSF will continue to contribute funds to them if it works out well. So there is a business model for testing environments. There's the whole industry around it. So these are sustainable. They're maintainable. The development cycle should evolve to be a fast entry, a fast exit, so the researchers see the value of these platforms. I'd like to, just before I get into the actual metrics and KPIs, I'd like to say thank you to Megan. Megan, would you stand up for a second, please? Megan did a lot of work on this platform here, this involvement. So, Megan, thank you very much for all your help in getting this to succeed. Joe, if you would stand up too, please. Joe hadn't had a speaking engagement, but he's done a lot of work in this. He actually did child labor, putting all the name tags together. So his kids were stuffing the envelopes. So thanks. Planning and schedules. We have a plan, within the RFP through award. You guys have seen it. The high-level bullets within the program here, the RFP. We want to make sure that everybody is adhering to the plan. The RFP 365 that we've got will help us adhere to our award, if you will. So if you got any questions about the plans, please submit them and deadlines, et cetera. We're going to try to adhere to strict deadlines within the proposal. So, yeah, once again, it's in hopes of fairness for all. Task and deliverable. So these again are some of the metrics that we're going to be measured on. So we're operating on a Gantt chart, if you will. We're adjusting it. We're trying to keep some fluidity on it, but however, it is a living document. It is something that we're getting approval on through the NSF, through the industry consortium. They're measuring the PPO on that, I guess, performance of that Gantt, hitting our milestones, hitting our budget, making sure the deliverables are there so that you guys, the proposers, and the NSF and the industry consortium will have something to actually work with. Our budgets and variations, Nancy, I almost said it out loud, but Nancy is going to help us. So anyway, sometimes we call her negative Nancy, but the budgets and variations. So we do have I guess some guidelines and some principles that we're operating to on that as well. We will be, PPO has a budget. It's associated with the Gantt. We are operating under a EVM, or Earned Value Management-like structure. So we're reporting that. We will be transparent with the people who ask, who need to know, who want to know. So if you have any questions on how we're structured, how we're operating, just ask and we'll let you know. Technology and vision is another metric that we're trying to achieve here. This one is a little more, I guess, not understood until we receive the proposals that are coming in. NSF, Tiaga, has this as a vision, as part of his goals and objectives as well. We're trying to achieve those. We're looking at 5G and beyond. We want 6G, we want 7G type technologies out there in this first platform. We understand that it's going to be hard. We understand that it's some areas are going to not be achievable at the beginning, but we do expect to see some technology advancement with this platform. Launch and operate. That's where we all want to be in the next 6 to 8 months. Want to have the award out there. We want to start working with the team that receives the award, and we want to start bringing this thing to fruition. We do think it's achievable within the next year to have something on air, online, with the researchers using it, ready to go. I want to thank all of you guys for joining us today. I look forward to your proposals. The team, you met everybody within the PPO organization. I think we have a great team. We have some excellent project management skill sets within the team. We have some great technical direction as well within the team. We'd like to work with you guys collectively, individually, to get your proposals in order. We're here to give guidance. I hate to say it, but we're from the government. We're here to help. So let us know how we can help you guys. Thanks, Bill.